fist with your right hand. Cover it with your left hand.
Bow to Grandmaster.
Thank you. Bow to assistant instructor. Bow to Little Dragons. Thank you. Parents can sit. Hey guys, before we begin, I have 2 questions for you. Raise your hand if you are good at following directions. Jack, you're usually good. Okay. Raise your hand if you are good at listening during class and not just talking all the time. All right, here's your test. Put your hands on your hips. Jump the feet apart. Jump the feet together. Jump the feet apart. Jump the feet together. Apart together, apart together, apart together, apart together, apart together, apart together. Apart together. Together, 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 apart. Apart, 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 together. Good, back in. Up. Down. Abba, good job, Abba. Up. Down. Down, down. Down, down. Down, down. Up, up. Up, up, down, down. Apart together, apart together. Jack. Together.
1, sir.
1, sir. Jack. Together.
2, sir.
Jack. Together.
3, sir.
3, sir.
3, sir.
Jack. Together.
4, sir. 4, sir.
4, sir.
1, sir.
Jack. Together.
5, sir.
5, sir. Jack. Thank you. Together.
6, sir.
6, sir. Jack.
6, sir.
Together.
7, sir. 7, sir.
Jack. Together.
8, sir. 8, sir.
Jack. Together.
9, sir. 9, sir.
You go right there. Jack. Together.
10, sir.
10 in a row. Go. 1, sir. 2, sir.
3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
We can do it quietly. 1, sir. 2, sir.
3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
One set, 2
Sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir.
squat, thrust. Good, Ronan. Squats. That's right, Joanna. Stand.
9, sir.
9, 1.
1.
1. Squat. Thrust. Squat. Stand.
2, sir.
2, sir. Good, Alba. Squat. Thrust. Squat. Stand.
3, sir.
3, sir. Squat. Thrust. Squat. Stand.
4, sir.
4, sir. It's going to go a little faster. Squat. Thrust. Squat. Stand.
5, sir.
5, sir. Good, Ronan. You said it. He did it. Squat. Thrust. Going slow motion now. Squat. Stand.
6, sir.
Squat. Thrust. Squat. Stand.
7, sir.
Is that 2?
2. 9, sir.
9, sir. She had it right this time. Squat, thrust, squat, stand.
10, sir.
10, sir. All right. Stay where you are. Stay where you are unless your melody. If your melody, come stand right here. If you're Joanna, come stand right here. If you're Ione, come stand right here.
Can I do this?
Probably. We'll go over here.
Oh, this way, then.
Yeah, then we're going over here. This way, right here. And then Ione and Juniper. Juniper right here. Jack and Beckett right here. Simon and yes, Brandon over here, and then Ronan and Abba over here. Do you think we can do that? Or do we need to do pairs or triples? That'll be fine. Let's see what happens, because I don't see the camera up against the wall. But we have to watch out for the M-I-R-R-O-R. We'll see what happens. Everyone watch Joanna and Melody, because they're running around the red cone. Go, Joanna and Melody, go. Good job, Melody and Joanna. Ione and Juniper around the yellow cone. Go. Oh, very good. And Jack and Beckett around the white cone. Go, white cone. All right, and Simon and Brennan around the blue cone. I'll get my colors straight. I need to put it and Abba and Ronan around the orange cone. That works. That's a classic 10. That's good. That works. When I say go, I want you to run all the way down to the end of your
Brown.
Your brown. It's a row.
Row.
I mean, we could say column, but it doesn't rhyme. We could say slot.
Slot.
When I say go, I want you to run all the way down to the end of your slot. The slot doesn't work. Run around your kung fu
Cone.
and run back how many times?
10.
10 times. Start your engine. Oh boy. All right, go. Follow her, Melody. Go, Joanna. Go, follow her.
I'm getting a hard time.
Follow her. All right. 5, sir. Don't fret, Melody. Follow. You good, Ione? Okay. Follow her. 8, sir. Oh, 6, sir. Oh my gosh, look how fast Ione's running. Look how fast Jack is running. Look how fast Brennan's running. Look how fast Abba's running. Oh, she's running fast. Look how fast Brennan's running. Okay, very good. Look how fast Brennan's running. Look how fast Beckett and we're going again, but this time, Melody, we're only going one time around, and this time we're going around by leapfrogging. Go. Just what is it? All right, look where you're hopping. I haven't had this bonk in a while. All right. This time you're right, Brennan. It's gonna be skipping. Go. Skip to the skip to the skip to the skip. Skip to the skip to the skip. 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 All right. This is good. Y'all are doing good. I see everyone getting stripes today. Everyone's following directions and doing their best. Now we're gonna bear crawl. It's just on the hands and knees, or you can regular crawl. Yeah, you can just do crawling like him, or bear crawling without the knees. Either one you want to do is your choice, Alba. Good job, Alba. Good job, Ronan. Oh, you're just turning into monkey crawling. I like that too. Because it turns to the side. With the legs in. All right, and now you can run back. That's why I said you could run back. What is it? How does that look? Oh. Yay, Abba. Okay, last one. Walking backwards, slow motion ninja style. You can walk forward, Abba. Slow motion ninja style. Don't bump. You can not bump. Good job, Abba. Guess what, guys? It's time to find your star, because it's time to do S-T-R-E-T-C-H. Stretch. Try to remember what star you're on. They're all my stars, so, you know. Melody, remember you were on that star over there. That's on that star, yeah. I'm looking to see who's following directions and who's getting the stripes. Oh, Jack, I think Juniper is on that one. Can you bump over to the one right next to that one? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good reminder, Melody. All right. Who has the dragon eyebrows already? I'm looking. Oh, Ione has the dragon eyebrows. Simon has them. Juniper, Brennan, Beckett, Jack, of course, Joanna. Ooh, Ronan has them. Oh, and I can't see Abba's in the mirror. I can see. Where's Abba's dragon eyebrows? Touch your toes. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, both of them, Simon. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir.
7, sir. 8, sir. 9,
9, sir. 10, sir. Bend one leg in. Hey guys, today we're starting new stuff. It's called the Tiger Kung Fu. So the Tiger Kung Fu moves are all copying animals, like the crane, or the tiger, or the praying mantis, or the bear, or the snake style, or the dragon style. But we're going to do the tiger style, Abba. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. Switch. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. Bottom of the feet together. Clap your dragon wings.
I don't even need a whole bunch. I don't know how.
Bend forward, touch your nose to your toes. Count to 10, go. 1, sir. 2, sir.
3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir.
Open legs wide apart. 1, sir. 2, sir.
3,
Oh,
sir,
dragon eyebrows here.
5, sir,
Dragon eyebrows here. Sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. To one side. Y el otro lado también.
I speak Spanish too.
Both sides. Do you remember Ronan? White sash, gold sash, orange sash, green sash, blue sash,
Purple sash, red sash, brown sash, brown black sash, black sash.
legs together. Who thinks they can make it all the way to Black Sash someday? Like Miss Kelly.
Stop.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir.
5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir.
Stand up. Twist it out a little bit. Shake it out. We're doing the new stuff. When we do the new stuff, it's called Tiger Kung Fu. I saw it. I know you're excited, Abba. So, when I say attention stance, you're going to bring your feet together and say, yes, sir. Attention stance!
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Now, we're going to learn something called open tiger claws. So, can you do that? That's called open tiger claws. That's like a tiger showing its nails. Okay, now let your hands go down. Say the word tay. Say tay. Say tay. Say tay, tie. Say tay, tie. Now say tay, tai, pei. Parents, this takes a lot of coordination to get. Little Dragons, see if you can do this. When I say tay, you say tay and do this. Tay. Did you see how the toes went out? So tay, toes out. Then I say tie, that's heels out. Okay, let's try that again. Tay, tie. Tay, tie. Try it again. Tay, tie. And now I'm going to say pay. And this is what happens when you say pay. Pay. And then you have both knees bent. That's right, Alma. Good job. Feet together. All right. Attention stand. Stand tall. Open tight paws. Say tay, tai, pei. Tay, tai, pei. Horse stance center. Say it. Horse stance center. Horse stance center. Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Try it again. Attention stance.
Yes, sir.
Look at me, Melody. Melody, take care of yourself. Look at me, Melody. Melody! You. Stop shushing. All right. Attention stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Open tiger claws. Say tay, tai, pei. Tay, tai, pei. Horse stance center.
Horse stance.
Close, that's it. Now, are my knees bent or are they straight? Bent, bent. That's too low. That's too low. Come a little higher. Horse stance. Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Say horse stance.
Horse stance.
So this is called horse stance because it looks like you're riding a big horse. Now, if I make one of my legs straight and one of them bent, who can do that? Who can do it? Show me if you can do it. Show me, don't tell me. Brendan has it. Who else can do one leg straight and one leg bent? Simon can. Show me, don't tell me. Who else can do it? Jack has it, one leg bent and one leg straight. Do it more, Joanna. That's it, one leg bent, one leg straight, like Miss Kelly up here. Can you do it? Yes, good. Both of yours are bent. Make one of them straight and one of them bent. You have it a second ago. One straight and one bent. Stay there. Stay there. That's bent, straight. Now switch it to the other leg. Make the other leg bent, Joanna. And make the other leg straight, Roman. Yeah. Yes, you're doing it. Juniper, that's right. It should hurt. Does it hurt? Yes, you have it. It should hurt. It might make you want to cry. It definitely make you sweat. All right, here we go. Say bow.
Bow.
Say bow.
Bow.
Say bow stance.
Bow stance.
Bow stance.
Bow stance.
Excellent. Attention stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Open tiger claws. Say Tai Tai Pei.
Hey.
Tai.
Hey.
Good, Beckett. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Bow stance right.
Bow stance right.
One leg is bent and the other leg is straight. Good job. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
Very good, Ronan. Horse stance center.
Horse stance center.
Feet together.
Yes, sir.
So we have horse stance, we have bow stance, we have cat stance. We have cross stance, that's the hard one. Cross stance. We have crane stance. What do you think the crane stance looks like? What did he say? Oh, you had a phone call. Look right back. Oh, I know. And then when you look, oh, everyone else is going to want theirs too. Can you say crane? All right, let's do it one more time, but we're not doing all of them, just the first three. Should I lead it or should Miss Kelly lead?
Miss Kelly.
Miss Kelly, all right. Just the yeah. All right, who's following? Who's good at copying? Okay, who's on their star? Are you on your star? Okay, follow Miss Kelly.
Attention stance.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand tall.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Open tiger claws. Say Tai Tai Pei.
Hey, Tai, hey.
Horse stance center.
First and center.
Bow stance right. Horse stance center. Bow stance left. Horse stance center. Feet together.
Oh, very good. Very good. So, Jack, we can do that 36 more times, or Ronan, we can do the 36 chambers.
36 chambers.
All right.
36 chambers.
All right, stay where you are. Ronan, come to this star here, and stay where you are. Simon, come to that star there. Brennan, to that star there. And Jack, to this spot here.
I want
And Joanna, go over next to Melody.
I have a name.
Yeah, you can say that. By the way, what is the, oh, did you do this, where did Ronnie go? Did you do this before squeeze this? This is soft. It's not gonna hurt you if you get hit by it. All right. What is the first chamber of the ducking? Okay, so watch, Ronnie, what happens. I'm gonna swing at Juniper, she squats down, that's called ducking. And then Beckett, and then Jack, and then Ronan, Ione, Juniper, If you want another turn, all you gotta do is come back up. Oh! Don't get hit! Oh! Don't get hit. Keep your eye on me. What's the second chamber?
Jumping.
Jumping is the second chamber. Can you jump over? Jump over, jump over! Yay! 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 Good job, Beckett. You got better at it. Go, Ione. Ione, come back and try again. Go, Ronan. Get it. Good job. Jack. Beckett. Jennifer. Ione. Ronan, Jack, Beckett, Juniper, Ione, Jack, Beckett, Juniper, Ione, Ronan. What is the third chamber?
Dodging.
She gets out of the way, Ronan. Oh, no. Watch Ione. She gets out of the way and comes back. Get out of the way and come back. Get out of the way. No, that's not right. Get out of the way, come right back. You get out of the way, go that way. Come back. Get out of the way, and then come back. Get out of the way, come back. The secret is to keep your eye on me. Look at me. What is the fifth chamber?
Evading.
Evading. That's not good.
Evading.
You make sure you get your strike today. So what happens is we're gonna try Juniper. Ronan, look, you got to turn and then turn back. Turn and turn back. Watch Beckett. Turn and turn back. That's right, Beckett's doing it. Turn back. Jack, you're gonna be next. So turn, that's it. Turn and then turn back. Turn back means do this. Turn means do this. Turn back means do this. Turn and then turn back. Turn back. Turn back. Turn back.
Good job, Melody.
Turn back. Here coming out, Jack. Oh! Ah, that's it. Okay. You guys did very good. So find your star. Go back to your star. And make a fist with your right hand. If your name is Abba, cover it with the left hand. Parents, please stand. You're welcome. One time, parents, after having a little dragon for a while, one of the parents came in and said that they were in the park and something SCARY happened. A DOG tried to JUMP on their little FIVE-year-old.
What's that mean?
And they, guess what? They jumped, they ducked, they dodged, they turned, and they did not get. Yeah, and it wasn't even in the brochure.
Hey!
We follow the 5 hearts: faith, respect, perseverance, patience, and humility.
Bow to Grandmaster Instructor.
All right, bow to assistant instructor, bow to Little Dragons. If you were good, you know where to go. Little Dragons class dismissed. If you were good, get your strike. Oh, yeah, actually, you were good. Good job.
Sorry.
And so your dirty's gonna come out, and I think he's going to continue to go over how that works. Okay? And then if he wants to strike backwards, he has to go to the strike. With his skelly. Okay. But after, she's right.
Good. So what do you think? Is it something you'd like for me to continue?
Ronan, you did great. Ronan, you did great. Oh, you're wrong. Oh, hi, Emily. Oh, wait. Oh, you missed. That's right. Oh, yeah, we can. You said you should get the orange, right? Oh, wait, the gold.
Yeah, let me talk about one. We weren't sure if we could remember what.
And who does the graduation? Asa, all right, Jaden, all right, Shannon, oh, Aaron, Willie.
Yeah, this is my last school. This was my last Monday, because next Monday is Memorial Day. And I'm actually so happy because now we don't have to like wake up and be like,
I would wake up early just to see the kids who go to
Is
summer
there a
school.
class on Memorial Day? Is there a class for me?
Not for me.
No, I mean for comfort.
I guess not.
Yeah, because it's Memorial. Same with Labor Day. They don't do it on
No.
Labor Day.
The end of the year is over. Oh, I love my teacher.
Yeah, you go to sixth grade or
I'm
seventh grade?
7 right now. I'm going to finish the 8th grade. Some of my kids are 8th graders.
Oh, that's
Last year was like the time when we rotated.
I'm going in this year.
This year, like, there's like 10. And, you know, it's really awesome. My like teacher, she doesn't really get us herself. We just go to another teacher's classroom for the day. And I usually assign like this not awesome teacher. Her name is Beth. She's like awesome.
Even we had this sub for PE, and he was at first we were like, oh, he doesn't seem too bad, and then at the end of the class, we were like playing around at the end of the class, and then he yelled, and one of the yelled, hey, should I sit down? And he was like, sit down, and then after class,
Did you see I got that bell working? Have you placed that thing in that bell? Did you ring it? I thought I heard you ring it. No, it wasn't me. Oh, ring it real quick and see. Yeah, so if you want to get their attention without banging the gong. Works good at birthday parties. Now to advanced intermediate students. 100 jumping jacks.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Push up position.
Yes, sir.
Sir. First set of 10.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1,
Sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
I think my shoes are a little bit.
Yeah, 15. We can have a spot for that.
Yeah, sure.
Second set.
Yes,
Sir. Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
Are those your best push-ups? Okay, so who's doing their best push-ups? Be honest, right? Okay, if you're not doing your best push-ups, you owe 20 push-ups right now. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if you come to class, you get better by doing what?
You best.
So when you do less than your best,
You don't get better.
Right.
Stay in the same level.
right then. So imagine someone telling you the same thing over and over again for you not to do it. How do you think that person feels?
Annoyed, bad.
Frustrated.
Well, a little more descriptive than bad. How do you think that person feels?
Annoyed.
Frustrating, right? So if you know something and you don't do it, what am I supposed to do with that? Yeah, I don't know either. I have no idea. So, when the time comes for you to do what you were supposed to do, the first time, should you put forth your best effort to make sure you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, I don't have to repeat to you every day that you need to do better push-ups. I don't have to repeat to Eric every day that he needs to go home and stretch. If you can't touch your toes, what do you need to do to stretch? I mean, to get to your toes. Stretch. If you can't do the best push-up, then should you practice your best push-ups?
At home.
So if you only practice push-ups twice a week for less than a few minutes, how are you going to make any improvement if you don't practice outside of that?
You won't.
You won't. So then do you get your next rank for not improving?
No, sir.
Do you get your next rank for doing the same thing the exact same way every class?
No, sir.
Okay, so you have to get what? You
Better.
have to improve. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
If you know those things, you have to do what you're supposed to do because it's what you are supposed to do. Not necessarily because I told you. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Because when I stop telling you, then what happens?
You don't do it, get better.
All right, so if you want the next rank, if you want to improve, if you want more for yourself out of your training, then you have to put in what?
Effort.
How much effort?
All around.
All of it, 100%. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So when test time comes and you're not on the list, I don't want you to be upset with me. I want you to be upset with who?
You go.
Yourself. Okay. Second set.
Yes, sir.
Sir, do your best. You come to do your best. Begin.
1,
There we go.
sir,
There we go. That's
sir,
better.
3,
Sir.
4,
Sir.
5,
Sir.
6,
Sir.
7,
Sir.
8,
Sir.
9,
Sir. 10. Sir.
Good job. You just switch it around. That's called pivoting. When you take constructive criticism and you do the next thing better. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Good job. All right. On your backs. Oh, wait. That was the second set?
Yes,
Third?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That was the third
That's
set?
the
On your backs for piston kicks?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
No. Y'all talk a lot.
Yes, sir.
First set of 30.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir.
Rest. Why do you have parents? Why do parents exist in the world? Why do you think? Say it again.
So you can be born and so you can live.
So you can be born, so you can live. Yeah, that's nice.
To raise you and teach you what they've learned.
To raise you and what?
Raise you and teach you what they've learned.
To raise you and teach you what they've learned. Any others?
Oh, do their best to show you what's right and wrong.
To do their best to show you right from wrong, to teach you what right from wrong. You have one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
To teach you everything they know.
To teach you what they know. Did you have yours?
Yes, sir.
No? Ian?
The guy
Oh, that was a good one. Say it again.
the guy
To guide you through your life. That's why you have a parent. That makes sense?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right, so if you, so if you have a person who's lived quite a bit of time there to help you, wouldn't it be a good idea to listen to what they have to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It would be a good idea to listen to what they have to say. Second set,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir.
Now, most of us, all of us in here, our parents are older than us. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Which means they know more than we do, at least about life. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Raise your hand if you go to the doctor and tell the doctor what's wrong with you. You tell the doctor what's wrong with you, or do you tell them what's hurting and they tell you what's wrong?
You tell them what
The second one.
The second one.
second.
You go and you tell them what's bothering you, and they tell you whether or not you have something or don't have something, and then they tell you what to do about it, yes?
Yes, sir.
Sir. There's a reason you went to the doctor, right?
No.
You did not know what it was, or your parents did not know what it was. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So if someone has lived 30 years and you're 13, do you know more than that 30-year-old?
No, sir.
If that 30-year-old has something to say, should you listen?
Yes, sir.
Probably, more than likely. You should probably do that.
Do adults do it too?
Are you allowed to be upset with a 30-year-old because they know more than you?
No, sir.
No. That doesn't make any sense. It's just a fact. Remember how we talked about facts and opinion? You can't really change a fact. So what's the point of being upset about one? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hmm?
Do adults also listen to people older?
Are you gonna know? Don't worry about that.
Well, I mean, I probably guess so. I said probably guess so.
Yeah, we're not focusing on those. We're focusing on y'all. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
But you can assume so, probably. Right, because parents have what?
Knowledge.
Parents. Parents have parents. And those are your what? Grandparents. Imagine how much more they know than you. Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, and your
Like
grandparents
4 times.
and your grandparents have parents and great grandparents, and it just keeps going.
Yep, it keeps going on and on and on. Third set,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir.
All right, sit up.
Yes, sir.
Feet straight out in front, reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes with your legs straight. Straight. Stay there, stay there. So if your parents know more than you, then you should listen to them. Who controls how you listen?
You.
You, say me.
Me.
Who controls how you listen?
Me.
Yourself, you yourself. What's wrong here? So if you choose to listen with an attitude, whose fault is that?
Yourself.
Yours. Who can correct that?
Yourself. Me.
Yourself. parents do things for you? Raise your hand if your parents do things for you. That should be everyone, right? Bend one leg in and reach up.
Yes,
Sir. And forward, touch your toes. Raise your hand if you feed your parents. Raise your hand if you bought your parents clothes. Raise your hand if you pay your parents' bills. Raise your hand if you get to eat. Raise your hand if you have clothes that your parents bought you. So imagine doing something for another person, everything that they need, and when it comes time for them to do one thing that you ask them to do, they give you attitude, or they go, ugh. Well, why didn't, how would that make you feel?
Very annoying.
Very annoyed? How would that make any of your other, how would that make y'all feel? Frustrated, I heard somebody say frustrated, I heard somebody say very
Frustrated.
annoyed. Say again,
Frustrated.
frustrated, any other ones? Disappointed, a little disappointed, any others? Disrespected, that's a good one.
Unappreciated.
Unappreciated.
I probably feel a little
Just a real short answer so I can keep going.
disgusted.
That's
That's pretty
disgusted, well, that's strong. Disgusted, that's fine, that's a personal thought, yes.
Just my tongue.
Taken for granted.
Taken for granted is a great one. Switch the feet.
And
Reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes.
Yes, sir.
Sir. So if that's how you would feel, imagine when your parents ask you to do something, and you either don't do it, or you whine and complain. Don't you think that bothers them a little bit?
Yes, sir.
And they still feed you the next day, don't they?
Yes, sir.
They still give you clothes when you need it. Hopefully a hug or two and tell you that they love you, don't they? All right. So, at no point is it acceptable as a student, as a kid, period, but here in this room we control who's here. At no point is it acceptable for you to go home and disrespect your parents for anything. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
When they ask you to do something, what is the answer you were supposed to give?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Or,
Yes, ma'am.
or,
Yeah.
no ma'am, because you didn't understand. Does that make sense?
Or I didn't understand.
So it's just not acceptable. You can't do it. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And by your own logic, by what we just talked about and all the answers y'all gave, you're not supposed to do it. So who controls your attitude? Who controls your behavior?
Me.
So then when your parent asks you to do something, even if you don't feel like it, it is your job to control your attitude and your behavior and do what they ask you to do. Bottom of the feet together.
Yes, sir.
Because they are there to guide you through life. So even though you might not like it, you don't have the comprehensive knowledge to understand why they said what they said. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if I ask your parents today, before you leave, if within the last week you have done everything, touch your nose to your toe. You have done everything that they've asked you to do the first time, every time, raise your hand if they would say yes. For the past 5 days, raise your hand if they would say yes. Eric has done everything I've asked him to do. Asa, Maddie, they've all done everything I've asked them to do. Raise your hand all the way up really high. Let me see. If the answer is no, you need to fix that between today and Wednesday. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And it has to stay that way before you get your Black Sash. Because your hand should have been up. Okay? And that's higher ranks people get on you in front of everybody because you can't do that. Okay, do what you're supposed to do at home. All right, I'm gonna ask on Wednesday, and I hope the answer is yes. Now, the third question I'm gonna ask is, a seated angle, legs wide apart. The third question I'm gonna ask is, did they do it without an attitude? Would they say yes? Raise your hand, they say yes. Did they do it without whining? Raise your hand real high if they will say yes. If the answer is no, you have 2 days to fix it. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
On Wednesday when I ask, I expect everyone's answer to be yes, everyone's parents' answer to be yes. It's pretty good. Raise your hand down. And being good at Kung Fu is great, but not as great as having a good attitude. No one cares if you're good at Kung Fu if they don't like you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Except if you beat them up.
Well, no, they still don't care. They don't care how good at Kung Fu you are, just if they don't like you. If they didn't like you before you beat them, surely they don't like you after, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now you just double dislike.
Yeah,
Dislike squared. Turn and shift to the other side.
Yes, sir.
I remember that guy was going back like, what is the area of like just like square?
Person.
Press straight down. Close up. On that front leg.
Everyone in your class.
Turn your body all the way through. Shoulder all the way through. And back to center. See an angle. Legs wide apart.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Palms up, back straight.
Yes, sir.
Reach to one side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The best thing is to straight leg. Now walk your hands forward. Don't pull hands. Walk your hands forward. Keep walking. Right there is good. That's as far as you can go without bending your knee. That's where you need to stay.
Yes, sir.
You breathe. Deep, controlled breaths. You walk, don't let your hands slip. Walk it forward. Reach to the other side. Have you done that already? No. Reach to the other side.
No, sir.
Don't we have to do
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So just do that. We already did palms up.
Reach to both sides.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now that we've talked about all that, what is a way, what are some ways that we can help our parents feel appreciated and not taken advantage of and not frustrated?
Wash the car.
Say it again.
Wash the car.
Wash the car. Well, that's helpful. That is helpful. What are some other ways?
He was like, how did I do it?
Have a better attitude when they ask you to do something in general. Yes, sir. What's another one? Dan?
Do more chores around the house.
Do more chores around the house. And if you don't do chores, then just start with the ones you already have the responsibility for. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. That's a good one. Dan, what's another one? Asa?
Say nice things. Don't.
Say nice
Like
things.
if
Like,
they-
just give me one. What's one nice thing you can say?
If they make dinner, don't be like, oh man, this stuff and this stuff fixed it. Oh, you did a great job.
And then say,
Thanks for all.
thanks for the meal. That's enough. Even if you didn't say the other nice stuff, you just say, thank you for dinner, Mom. That goes a long way. Thank you goes a very long way. Does that make sense? Because they don't, I mean, they do have to feed you, but
They don't want. They don't have to. But
I mean, well, they do, but they.
That long. They don't have to feed you.
We're not gonna get into that. That's too much. That's too much.
Yeah.
But just say thank you. What's another
Live
way?
it.
That's doing everything, the first time they ask.
Doing what they asked the first time, and just like William said, do everything I said the first time. with a good attitude. Yes, 80.
Do things without being asked.
Do things without being asked. Again, like William said, with a good attitude. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So a good attitude and a little bit of gratitude goes a long way. Gratitude is saying thank you.
Yeah,
Grateful is gratitude. Being grateful. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So who's gonna go home and say thank you for dinner tonight? Who's gonna go home and say thank you for putting me in this amazing kung fu class with this amazing teacher who says and does amazing things all the time.
Okay,
He's like
maybe not
my
that much.
best friend.
Maybe not that much, but I'll thank him.
I'm not your best friend. I'm too old to be your best friend. But I'm trying to be your best friend. But your class is amazing.
I'm only gonna say that. I'm gonna give you that.
It is.
Preach to both sides.
Wait, where do you just did
Oh,
that?
you did?
Yeah.
Last stretch, be straight out in front.
Yes, sir. Try to get legs not. Do the not.
Then one leg back and lean back.
Yes, sir.
And the last thing I'm going to tell you is we're all on your side. We all want the best for you. Me and your parents. Even if I tell you stuff that you don't like, even when they tell you stuff you don't like, your parents want the best for you even more than I do. Because they're your parents.
Yeah.
Right? All right.
If they did.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so don't make sure that when you're at home, you're working with your family. Say cooperation.
Cooperation.
Cooperate with the family or your parents or whoever's asking you to do something.
Yes, sir.
Or whatever your responsibility is at home.
I've noticed that when me and my sister are to do the dishes, we both do that.
They're in a good mood, yeah. Asa said we noticed that when he and his sister do things that they're supposed to do without asking specifically the dishes, his parents are in better moods in general. Say initiative.
Initiative.
That shows initiative when you do it without asking.
And responsibility.
And switch.
Yes, sir.
And responsibility. Very good job. Stand up.
Yes, sir.
Good. Twist it out. Do any additional stretches. And go put your gear on.
Yes, sir.
Get an 8.
Good.
That really needs to be I can't wait till we do this without I think just we're just fully vaccinated. I haven't even gone. Oh, really? I'm ready to be too. I didn't even think there's shots. I want to get my first shot too. Yeah, but what, how old are you? I'm one. I think I just ran out of room.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, but he went to the very first floor. Yeah, pretty messed up.
That's in your record.
Yeah. It's really
But I can't weird. The guy with teeth. That would really do that.
It's really annoying when these groups work with their foot size. Like, look at that. I'm totally going with that.
kicks, so that you don't have to set it up. And this is what I mean, come watch with Chris. Yeah. Keep calling. Right. So, if me and Crystal was flying, and I'm standing like this, and I'm a little too far away from Crystal, I mean, I can't swing, can't do a punch, I can't do a kick. But I want to get close enough to the spot. I'm gonna do like this. Now I'm close enough to touch the glove, so I might be able to do a kick. So when I do my kick, I start touching the glove, and then I get the ribs. Does that make sense? Did this back leg move? Watch. Did it move? Yes, it did. If I move my leg in, she's gonna be able to block the crack. Because she saw this movement first. Does that make sense? But if I end up like this and I don't move it, does that make sense? So I want you to be comfortable throwing long kicks. That's how I say long kicks. Fully extend your leg so that all your kicks are like this. Does that make sense? You're all pretty tall now. You don't want to fight like a short person. Okay, so Crystal, your first partner is going to be William. Okay. Stanley, your first partner is going to be Ken over there. Also, if y'all's bags is in that ring, you have to go move them now. Okay, I told you how to set them up a couple classes ago. They should be lined up and under the bag. Yes. Good. Little spar ace over there. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Y'all stay in the ring. All over.
Oh, sorry.
Right here.
Sure, so,
Down here with me.
no, fine. Just fine.
Good combo. Don't forget the combos.
Okay. You got to do it.
That's one.
That's two.
That's two. Oh, that's four. Front leg kicks. I need the front leg kicks. Combos. You put down the front hand, reach hand, man. Wait, come back. Yeah, so when he's walking down like that, come like sideways and try to keep the middle. Rotate.
It's always lower blank, unless he says different.
Yes, sir.
No, stop.
You got your cup today? All right, good.
Good.
We're doing our form, right, or are we doing open?
Okay, so.
Sure.
Up that chin, up that chin. Got a chance. Stand up. You're fine, stand up. Don't hurt too much. Don't make it worse than it is. You're not bleeding, you're talking about it. Trying to kick him on his back, man. I know he's taller than you, but you're around kicking him back. There you go, that's better. And then finish it up with something else. Yeah. That's good. Move around, Aiden. Move around, Aiden. Don't play too much defense here. You gotta get more on the offense. Defense is right. You gotta get more on offense. More combo, get a point. Don't kick the butt. right, good. Yeah, good block, 8 keep moving though. Uh-huh. Good, pretty moving around. Shoot in behind her. Shoot in behind her. So what I mean by what? Shoot in behind her. Right? So you have to risk showing her your front for a second. That could be here. Does that make sense? Alright, so shoot to her back. You can fall like this, turn back to this. You can fall like this. Now she might be there, but you'll still be back to the middle. Keep in there, man. Get in there. Combo, full combo. That's good. That's 5 kicks. Let's go, 8. Finish it up. Finish it up with something. Touch him. No, you gotta touch him. You gotta go touch him. Go touch him. Go touch him. Go finish it up. No, yeah. That's 1. That's 1 and 1. So go 1, 2. 1, 2. That's better. Now go 1, 2, 3. Build on it. You gotta use it. 1, 2. Go get the 3. Go get the 3. It's close. See? Right here.
Oh, that's fun.
Good job. High front rotate. Good job. Yes. 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 Now I'm gonna give you a break. Sophie. I'm gonna go in there and smart it. Go spar. Bow to your partner with your feet together. Catch your breath if you still need to. And then make sure you're in ready stance. Turn your body, so you gotta reset after you do your combo. Reset. Where does the front hand go? Where does the front hand go? Oh, that was solid. Oh, you got you. You gotta give it to him. You got you on that one. Don't go back. Don't move around. Keep your side, keep your side. Combo, boom, full combo, go, full combo, boom, boom, boom. See? Bow to your partner. Aiden, take a break. William, step in with where Aiden is. Who else needs a break? Okay, good. Keep going. Yeah. Alright, so you have to figure out what to do, but you do your side. If you already do that, and you want you stand, and make the beginning part of the kick. So I want you to get the stop beginning before you kick. Does that make sense? So first kick, 1. And I know I'm gonna stand, but stand up here. So now I can kick straight. So what's confusing about a spin technique is the fact that your body's going this way, but your kicks come out straight. Does that make sense? Right, so if I'm spinning, I do this. You think I'm gonna do around here, right? So if I go up and then like, it's because you saw my body turning, but then I came out with a straight technique. Does that make sense? So I need you to throw, and then when you go for your side, stop and look first. It'll seem like it's not as fast, it's actually fast. So, 1, boom. But you don't want 1, boom. Does that make sense? Okay, so get it to where you can stop the spin and then kick. That's a general goal for all of your partners. You can do everything, right? No speed though.
It's free flowing.
let him hit you. She started looking at me.
And they like, oh, thank you. Like, what were you doing?
That's good. That's a good thing. It's a good thing to try to focus on. Okay.
You don't like that one. I don't like when they
Yeah.
I don't like when
No, it's not really the turn back, it's the back. Oh, okay. So these are well. I know these are
Oh, all right.
Say again.
Nice one, nice one.
Thank you. Three. Out your partner.
Oh, nice one.
Very good. Let's see. Attachment rotate. That's good, that's good. I don't know who you're standing with the second. You have on black hand.
You're a mom.
Okay, let's see. All right, good. So he's gonna fight short with you, but I want you to, don't be afraid to get in there. I want you have to touch his head or his stomach. Try to touch his rib with your foot. That's close. Good. Move around in a circle. Good counterattack. Wear your hands. Saul, wear your hands. You gotta have a defense. Saul, you gotta have a defense. Tighten that up. Tighten it up so he doesn't kick you unintentionally. Don't kick his butt. Stay here, come this way, come back to the ring. Don't move, William. Saul, go back, William, go back. Go back. Saul, you shoot to the middle. You shoot around. Shoot around, come to the front. Come to the center. Shoot to the center. Get to the center. Get to the center. So what I'm telling him that, don't give it to him. So if he pushed you all the way out here, how can you get to the center? No, you can't go through him, can you? No. So if he's here, how can you get to the center? You can't come this way because he can hit you some more. Where should we go? Where doesn't he have arms? That's what you need to do. Is that the center though? Is that the center of the square? Come back. Get to the center. That's how you do that. Does that make sense? You have to do that so he doesn't keep pushing you out of the ring. Go. Well, that's fine, because now I don't do a front kick. Or a hook kick. Right? So you keep your glove stagnant, you never want to touch your glove. If you block, just bring your arm in and you can let it pick your arm. But when you keep your glove here, now you don't have anything to block your face. Right? So it's fine to put it there, but not to keep it there. See? Out to your partner. Line up.
Sir.
Good sparring. Because of the chat we had earlier, stretching took a little longer, so if it felt like we had less time to spar, we did. Okay, does that make sense?
Okay, so
Sir.
But we all have something to go home and do for our parents, don't we?
Yes, sir.
So just as a reminder, go home and show a little bit of gratitude, little bit of cooperation, and a little less attitude. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, less attitude, gratitude, and cooperation. Less attitude, gratitude, and cooperation. Less attitude, gratitude, and
Cooperation.
cooperation. All right.
A lot less attitude, a lot more gratitude and cooperation.
Right. The path of
Self-mastery requires balanced emotions. Balanced emotions do not yield to negativity. The path of self-mastery requires balanced emotions. Balanced emotions do not yield to negativity. The path of self-mastery requires balanced emotions. Balanced emotions do not yield to negativity. Sir.
Back to senior head instructor.
bow to advanced and intermediate level students. Very good job. Master time, we have time. How much time is up to you? Take your gear off, get back out there with swords. We're almost at the end. We're almost at the end. Sir.
It happened to me.
T. All right. So we've been working on a section to try to get us past the same old part. All right. So we've been going. We just did all these. So let's go here. Let's do them anyway. Go back. Make sure that you're doing real stances so your brain can remember. Do real stances. Your brain. It's hard for your brain to remember. Well, nothing. You have to give it something to remember. Nice. Pull. Cut. Right. Cut. Circle. Circle. Real stance. Let's go. Cross, cross. Circle one. And skip. Sink. Monkey hop. Open. Reach. Pull. Kick. Block. Reach. Pull. Present. Cross. Turn. Open. Pull. Both hands. Step back. shift back and X like this. Good. Let's do that again. Hurry up, reset. Oh. No stance and sound. I know you're tired. You gotta keep it up. Don't be worried. Expert of Tai Chi, take no heed. We can do that again. Go, A and D. Wait, sorry, let's stay there. Goes back 30 days, so I don't know. I mean, I
I think so. The first time through the whole thing, I kind of dropped.
Gotcha, okay.
You know, right out of the middle. Just, in here, I forgot to do
Oh, right.
that part, I just went straight into it.
The simple motions are always the ones that get like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, that's all it is there?
I finished and I was like, wait a second, I never did that.
Right.
Where was it?
Get back. Yep. Yep. Other foot. Other hand, and over there, yep. Turn. Step forward, right foot. Do that part again. Do what you just asked for. That's fine. Step forward, that's the right foot forward for both hands. Yep. Step back and X, go forward. Drop down, yep. Next up. Left, right, and left, so there. Back. Wait, yes, we're good. Now open arm, step forward to the right foot. There you go, shift back to the camera. That's right. One more time. From what the part, from the start, yep. Yep, that.
Time to do a couple moves, or?
Well, one, I have time for one.
Yeah, finishing with that.
They come back low. So essentially, the soldier doing this without me.
Okay, yeah.
So once they come down here, I have to come this way, and I can jump under them. And they come right back down to the waist.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. All that to run lower. Yeah, straight out, straight out, down
Got it. All right, good, sir.
there. Okay, come on up. Well, that's not how you hold those. I was gonna let it go, but don't do that. Don't cut your shoulder up. Oh, you didn't cut your fingers up. You're cutting yourself too. Now to advance, and you did a good job, master practice, miss.